All right, potential shift here, guys. And my camera's not on. That's a great way to start the day. Let's get it started. Here we go. All right, there we are. Camera on. It is Thursday, August 6th, 9:33 a.m. And the market is opening basically flat. SPY at 769. What are we doing today? We're looking for a repeat of yesterday is honestly what I would say. We're looking for sharp down moves, bounces, down move, bounce, down move, bounce. What that would indicate is that selling has begun, right? That there is distribution occurring, that there is some offloading of all the buying that has occurred over the last week or so. Now, we're seeing it already a little bit because we opened at, let's see here, opened at, let's say 770, 770.5. We're at 769.5. We're down 1 point. We're only 3 minutes in. Again, the first 5 minutes, almost no matter what I ignore, it's noise. First 5 minutes, you just can't play because even if you pick the direction right, the noise of the first 5 minutes can bounce you out of a position way too quickly. What we want today is we want to see, in a perfect world, a major sell-off, right? We're up 40 points over the last 5 trading days, so we'd love to see a major sell-off today. That would be the perfect trading, Garden of Eden. But otherwise, let's play it by ear. Honestly, what I'm expecting is a repeat of yesterday. I'm expecting a sell-off that comes in supply dumps, right? Rapid down moves, climbs higher as the bulls sort of recharge, dumps, recharge, dumps. That's what we saw yesterday morning, and I'd like to see a repeat of that because that would just tell me the same thing is happening and that I could trust making plays based on that read, right? So that's what I'm going to be looking for this morning. One of my friends texted me that SpaceX shares are unlocking. I don't even know the SpaceX symbol. What is the SpaceX symbol? Stock symbol. If SpaceX shares are unlocking, I bet that stock is going down. SpaceX stock symbol. SPCX. SPCX. Up 1 point. I doubt that lasts. But then again, the stock market does have, the stock market doesn't like to do obvious. Doesn't like to do obvious. But if shares are unlocking, you got to think there's going to be some major selling there. Oh, disclaimer, do not follow my trades. I am not a profitable trader. I am just a dude trying to find out if it's possible to make a meager living day trading. That's it. Just trying to see, can somebody make a living grinding out day trades? I really don't know if it's possible, but you know what? If anyone can, maybe I can, right? So I'm going to try, just like the rest of you. All right, so right off the bat, we're at 9:37 a.m. Is there any news? I doubt it. Let me just check real quick. I'm always like 5 minutes behind where I should be. That is, that's grown-up life. What are you going to do? 5 things to know. Rain check. Federal Reserve bring more volatility. Now it's time for slowly start moving interest rates up. Shares of Alphabet fell 4%. Shares of Alphabet fell 4%. That's good to know, actually. That shows some bearishness. It does. It really does. That shows that there's when you have a major blue chip company fall 4% when they report, that indicates that the market is in more of a bearish mood than a bullish mood. Cut the check. The White House has refunded $100 billion in tariff revenue. Analyzing situational awareness. CEO Brian, these are all warning shots. Valuations get out. Leverage in the you have to be careful. All right, nothing major. I would say honestly that that Google falling 4% after reporting is actually, but now I'm looking at Google and it's actually flat at the moment. So okay, so not a big deal there. Strange day yesterday. What we saw yesterday, like I said, we saw down moves. First, we saw an initial until about 10 a.m. A channel. Whatever, it just was what it was. After that, we saw dumps. We saw down moves, little climbs, down move, little climb, down move until about lunchtime, right? So from 10 to 12, we saw that down move from 776 to 770 in SPY. Then the afternoon was again just a straight channel. I mean, a really tight, locked in channel. But what it does tell me is that not exactly that we've peaked, not exactly that we topped out yesterday, but that at least selling began yesterday. Now, it being a top and selling beginning yesterday are not the same thing. Selling could have began yesterday, and yet we could still get another buying surge, over the next day or two. Or it could be the top. Selling could have began yesterday, and maybe that is the signal that now we're going to give some back from the big up move over this week and the end of last week. Really got to play it by ear. Really got to look at what the chart tells you. What we do know is that yesterday marked a beginning of some selling. Whether that means it's going to trigger the flood of selling that I would expect to occur after such a big, fast up move with really no clear reason behind it, or whether it's just sort of a signal that there will be selling in the future after one more up move. I don't know. Let's play it by ear. Let's see what happens today. But yesterday was at least a clue. It was a clue. The action in the morning was a clue that there are some sellers out there. There are some people who are ready to begin offloading. And at the very least, I would think there's not a lot of gas in the tank left for the up move. Mind you, again, I'm not saying that the up move has topped out. It could still keep going higher, but at least it shows that the unbridled sort of up part is over, and that we may well be reaching a peak in the near-term future. That would be my read on it right now. Of course, subject to change, according to market whims. That's why I day trade, I have to say, and why I'm not a huge fan of swing trading. And believe me, I was a swing trader for 10 years. It was all I did because you had to swing trade because of the PDT rule. But things can just change overnight. You get news, you get just human psychology changes overnight. So things change day to day based on catalysts and emotions and who knows what. I like day trading because to me it feels steadier. Less likely to see a big random change in emotions during the course of one day as opposed to a swing trade where you have to hold. For instance, yesterday, if you had seen the morning action and shorted it and you're in a swing trade, you're kind of stuck in that short right now, because what are you going to... I guess you're not. I mean, I guess we're at the bottom of where we were yesterday morning. You could still get out of it if you wanted to. But still, when you got in the swing trade, you're kind of committing to the market moving lower. I like waking up every morning with a flat start. It also helps me psychologically be fresh. If I was waking up with positions every morning, I'd also be waking up with emotions involved because of those positions. These are reasons I prefer day trading, but honestly, a lot of swing traders out there, no one is better than the other. No time horizon is better than some other time horizon. Just different trading styles. Whatever fits each person, whatever floats your boat. Stick with it. Anyway, it's going to be hot over here on the East Coast. I'm already feeling hot. God. All right. Looks like we're creeping higher here. Where's this creep going to stop? And what point do we break above where I say, hey, you know what? We're moving higher. We've broken above a level. Now, yesterday, that channel was, let's take another look at it. This is yesterday's channel right here. Was, 771 to 772, basically. 771 to 772 was the channel yesterday. We spent all afternoon there yesterday. So that's where the liquidity is, 771 to 772. So you got to think, obviously the first thing is any break above 772 is meaningful. All of the liquidity is at 771 and 772. So any break above 772 is going to be meaningful. A break above 771, I don't know, not so much, I guess, because you've got all the liquidity sitting in the middle of there, So if we break above 771, that's not going to do it for me. I'd need to see a break above 772 to get interested in getting long here. And I would. If we break above 772, I will get long. Because again, as I said, even though there was selling yesterday, and it looks like the unwinding of this up move at least took its first baby step yesterday, I am not sure that the up move is quite over yet. So, yeah, I am not adverse to getting long here. I would love for us to just start repeating yesterday's pattern of big drops, bounces, big drops, bounces. But I will not rule out simply getting long if we move above 772. Yeah, I won't rule that out at all. In fact, I'd almost be happy to take that position. I would feel rather clear-headed if we break above 772, and we're kind of moving there rather rapidly. At the moment, we just hit 771.5, which was kind of significant in its own way yesterday. I remember bumping into 771.5 quite a few times yesterday. So yeah, right now, as we have moved up, I am looking for a break above 772. Anything in here in this area is the noise zone. That's the no trade noise. What did I call it yesterday? I had a term for it. It was the noise bracket. Yesterday I thought that was very clever. Today it doesn't sound so clever. Anyway, yeah, this would be the noise bracket in here. Anything in here is noise. Anything between 772 and 770 is noise. It's the same shit we were seeing yesterday. That's the exact channel we were in yesterday. All of the liquidity was there yesterday. In other words, any movement in between 770 and 772, it's just meaningless and not tradable. Unless we start bouncing. If we go up to 772, start bouncing down to 770, and then bounce up again, if we start following the same channel, I mean, I may try and do my sort of my peg trades where I sell at the top of a channel and then I buy at the bottom of the channel and just keep sort of repeating that trade. That can work. It would have worked fine yesterday, honestly, except usually in the afternoon I have things to do, and they're not terribly exciting trades. But they can work if you're channel bound for a long time and the boundaries of that channel are particularly well defined. It's not like it's easy. There's no trade that's easy, but those types of trades can work. All right, we're bouncing off of 771.5 now. Be right back. Oh man, I am feeling a little sluggish today. Not gonna lie, little sluggish, little sluggish. Let's get a little light on my face. Maybe that'll wake me up. Not a huge fan of this opening. Already 10 a.m. and we are stuck in no man's land. Right at 771. Reminding me of yesterday afternoon. Awesome. You know, you'll see this a lot when there's been big movement. You know, there was some really big up movement, big up or down movement. Well, not so much down movement. When you have a big up move, sometimes you get to the top of the up move and you just sort of flatten out there, and it just sort of volatility just disappears, and you just sort of you flatten out before you start going lower. Honestly, when you have a big down move, it usually ends in a very sharp bounce, a very sharp and quick bounce. Down moves end rapidly and strongly. Up moves end, you go up, 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 and then it just sort of slowly peaks like a stone and then turns over, and then the down move picks up steam as it gets further along. Bounces are the opposite. It's almost like they follow physics for some reason. A bounce is like a ball thrown against the ground. You go down hard, and bounces start strong and fast, and then they slow down as they get to the top of the bounce. That's the general pattern of pullbacks. Bounces begin fast and strong and slow down. When you have a top and then you start moving lower, that begins slowly and then picks up steam as a general rule. I was sort of hoping to avoid that kind of scenario here, thinking maybe we could just sort of pull back with a little strength. Still good. It's just, what's happening this morning isn't particularly encouraging for the idea of some sort of sharp pullback occurring. Ooh, well. Oh, well. SpaceX is climbing. Game theory motherfuckers. Never fails. It really doesn't. Let me just say, guys, and people don't believe me. Again, there's so much resistance to this idea because all you hear about on all of social media and all financial content, CNBC, Bloomberg, is fundamentals. SpaceX shares are unlocking today. It'll probably go down because shares are unlocking. That's what makes sense. The stock market in the short term does not operate on fundamentals. It doesn't. SpaceX is now up 2 points this morning, almost 2%. Why? Because it's obvious. Because people know that the shares are unlocking. People are shorting it, and that is an obvious play. The market in the short term runs on game theory. Algos and institutions, they aren't playing fundamentals, okay? They aren't looking at SpaceX and saying, shares are unlocking today, it'll probably go down. What they're looking at is saying shares are unlocking today. Retail traders are going to think it's going down. That is their sentiment. That is their expectations. Let's beat them. Let's take advantage of them. And all they have to do that is there's going to be a lot of bears out there today. We're not going to sell a single share. The institutions and the algos, we're going to hoard our shares so that even the slightest buying drives the stock higher. Then once it moves higher, once we've beaten those people that were too early being bearish, once it gets high enough, that's when we'll sell. That's it. I know it's counterintuitive until you really think about it and understand it. And maybe it's a little difficult to understand, but it's pretty simple. Once it clicks, I guess. Over the short term, movement in stock is dictated by supply, not demand. All people talk about is supply. I mean, all people talk about is demand. Demand is, are people going to be buying or selling this stock? You know, this stock is hot. Let's buy it. Oh, this stock sucks. I'm going to sell it. You know, shares are unlocking. There's going to be seller. Well, I mean, that one's a little bit of a supply, but still, it's all people talk about is the demand for a stock, how much people want to buy it or how much they want to sell it. People don't talk about the supply side, but the supply side is what dictates prices. The supply side is what the institutions and the whales and the big dogs are doing with their shares. Are they hoarding them? Are they keeping them for themselves? Or are they dumping them into the market quickly? If they're hoarding them and they're saying, you know what, we're not going to sell a single friggin' share today, prices will go up no matter what the fundamental news is, no matter what the catalyst. If they're flooding the market with shares, if they're saying sell everything, it doesn't matter how bullish the catalysts are or the fundamentals are, the price of the stock will go down. Again, I know I get a lot of resistance to this idea because nobody talks about it, but I'll tell you who does talk about it. Wall Street. Wall Street, that's all they talk about. They don't talk about fundamentals. They don't talk about catalysts. If you're an active trader on Wall Street, you talk about supply. What are the other traders' expectations out there? What do they think is going to happen today? And how do we beat them out of their money? We control the supply of the stock. We have all the stock in the world. They have their little tiny trading accounts with their 200 shares and their 5 contracts of options. They have zero leverage. We have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of shares at our disposal. The millions and millions of dollars. We can play with prices. We can make prices move the way we want them to move. They don't give a rat's ass about fundamentals or catalysts. All they care about is they control the price in the market. Wall Street controls the price. And what they do is manipulate it to make sure that traders lose, because that money goes straight into their pocket. And then once they've broken traders, then they may move the stock towards where it fundamentally should be. Because they also do have to compete with other whales out there. I mean, there are other whales doing the same thing. So they sort of have to be aware of the other whales, make sure not to game things too far where the other whales can beat them. But the whales, the Wall Street, the institutions, they all know that they're all playing the same game. And that game is beat the shit out of normal traders. So when there is an obvious play, like SpaceX shares are unlocking today, the institutions, they don't even need to talk to each other. All the institutions know, oh look, all the retail traders are going to short this stock because shares are unlocking today. We don't even have to talk to the other institutions. We know what to do. We're not going to sell a single share today. Pull all of our shares, hoard them, keep them in our pocket. Prices will go up. It'll break the retail traders. And then after prices have gone up, guess what? Then we'll sell. Then we'll sell all of our shares that we've been hoarding at a much higher price. Booyah. Easy money. That's what they do. That's what they do. I don't know. Like I said, a lot of people don't believe me. I don't know why there's so much resistance. I do know why there's so much resistance to that idea, even though it makes perfect sense. And that is game theory. And that's how markets work in general, not just the stock market. That's how the used car market works, or any market where you have a large supply of goods controlled by a small number of people. That small number of people, they control the supply. They don't care about what the fundamental price of their good should be. They just control the supply of it. That's all they do to manipulate the prices. Any market, not just the stock market. So, but the reason there's so much resistance to the idea that this happens is because, again, you go on X, you listen to CNBC, you go on Wall Street Bets, whatever, any sort of financial content out there. And by the way, all of their advice is dog shit. All of it is dog shit. Straight up. Just telling you the truth. Because all they do is talk about demand, demand, demand. Oh, this stock is hot. This stock is not. SpaceX shares are unlocking today. I like the nuclear sector. The banks aren't going to be good because situational awareness collapse. I want to get long, whatever, the semiconductors because they've been down a lot lately. That's all you hear about. You never hear about, well, what is Wall Street going to do? They control all of the shares, all of the stock. They are the one who dictates prices. What are the whales going to do? What are the institutions going to do? What are the market makers going to do? How are the algos going to perform, execute those orders? If you want real trading advice, and I'm not even saying me, although I am trying to be the person that is coming closest to giving accurate trading advice, at least for active traders. If you're a long-term investor, it's complete. If you're an investor, focus on the fundamentals. But if you're an active trader, all of the advice that you hear out there is bullshit because it's all demand side garbage that doesn't help you. If you want to listen to someone who is talking about what the whales are doing, what the supply side is doing. Are they pulling in shares? Are they dumping shares? Why are they dumping shares? Why are they hoarding shares? And how should you react to that? How are the algos going to execute that strategy? How do you take advantage of that? Don't listen to people who are telling you buy Meta because its earnings were good. Come on. Everybody sees that. Or I don't know if Meta's earnings were good, by the way. I think they were, but I don't even know. The point is, if somebody gives you some bullshit advice like that, like, oh, buy nuclear stocks or buy banks or short the Korean stock market, everybody and their mother sees that shit. You really think you have any sort of edge making those plays, especially when it's being broadcast on social media? I mean, by everybody. Or a dude on CNBC is talking about it. If you win on those trades, you got lucky. Congratulations. I know this rubs some people the wrong way. It does, because it kind of flies in the face of the conventional wisdom out there. But I'm just trying to be honest about things. I'm honest about my trading. I'm honest about my results. I'm honest about day trading being sort of ugly and boring. It's a lot of waiting. It's a lot of being wrong. And I'm trying to be honest about what actually moves the market, even though all you hear about is demand, demand, demand. What's hot? What's not? What are the picks? That is dog shit advice, and it will not help you win. In fact, it will set you behind and almost certainly make you a loser, because guess what? Almost all retail traders are losers. In fact, not almost. All retail traders are losers. So it's time to start thinking differently. It's time to start thinking differently. And thinking differently is not, let me pick which stock is hot today, which one's going to go up or down based on the fundamentals and the catalysts. That's not thinking differently. That's following the same old pattern that everybody loses on. Same pattern, same thinking that makes everyone a loser. Because guess what? Wall Street is keyed in on that type of thinking, and they're taking advantage of it day after day, and they're slamming you. They know you're thinking that way. And I'm not saying it's a conspiracy, but all financial media content, it's all telling you the same thing. Oh, what's hot? What's not? This sector, that sector. It's all groupthink, and it's all reinforcing these bad ideas. It's all reinforcing these shit plays based on things that just don't matter short term. Fundamentals, catalysts, they do matter long term. If you're an active trader, they do not matter short term. And you will continue to lose if you base your trades on, if you continue to base short-term trades on long-term fundamental ideas. And if you watch CNBC, and I like CNBC, I like the news there, I like their guys, I like Kramer. It's just that they're giving people investment advice when the truth is their audience is traders and gamblers. And there is a big, big difference in the advice that is required between an investor and an active trader. Big difference. Investors need to know about fundamentals and catalysts and how well a company is run and their earnings. They need to know whether a company is strong or not. That's important to tell how it's going to perform in the long term. Active traders, that information will work against you and cause you to make mistakes, because the algos and the whales will do the exact opposite of that in the short term to make sure that they beat you. That's how trading works. It is a completely different game than investing. Trading and investing are completely different. And it is set up in a way currently that what would be a proper investment decision is almost always a very, very incorrect trading decision. Seriously. A good investment decision on any given day, let me buy this stock today or let me short this stock today and then hold it for the next 6 months. That decision, a good decision there, would almost certainly be incorrect over the course of that day or the next day or two. investment decisions and trading decisions are not aligned with one another. The whales and the institutions have made sure of that. That is how they make money trading. They make money trading by exploiting that gap, okay? They see active traders, retail traders, making plays based on investment information, and then they crush them for it. So just, if you want to be a better trader, stop trading based on fundamentals and catalysts and picks, and stop listening to the endless barrage of groupthink bullshit out there that keeps sort of brainwashing you into trading that way. You want to trade correctly? Think about the supply side. Think about game theory. What are the whales going to do to take advantage of traders today? How are they going to try and take money out of my pocket today? And how am I going to beat them? This is you're playing a chess game against them, okay? You're not on their team. You guys aren't looking at the same information and both thinking, oh, look, a great earnings report. Let's all buy it because it's kumbaya. Let's all buy it. Great earnings report. Oh, look, good catalyst. Everybody's bullish. Let's buy. It doesn't work that way. It does not fucking work that way. If anything, like I said, I've been trading 12 years. If you want to take anything away from me and that experience, there it is. I'm giving it to you. I am giving it to you. Moving your trading career and your trading experience ahead 5 years in one piece of advice. It doesn't work that way. Good fundamental news, good catalysts, good investment decisions are bad trading decisions. If you can internalize that, like I said, you will just have advanced your trading knowledge and your trading learning curve a few years ahead. But I don't even mind sharing it because I know so few people will listen to it. There'll be so much resistance against it because, like I said, all of media is telling you the exact opposite. And there's so much groupthink out there on X. All you see are posts about demand, what's hot, what's not, what are the hot picks that me and the maybe 5 people who actually watch this. What's the difference if I tell them? It's not going to change anything. But frankly, I'd rather the market stay the way it is, where traders don't know what the fuck is going on. But Wall Street does. Wall Street knows exactly what it's doing. Wall Street is well aware of what I am saying right now. It's the only way they trade. They trade based on supply and manipulating the sentiment and expectations of other traders. That's how they trade. Not based on fundamentals. Believe it or don't believe it. If you don't believe it, at least fucking think about it, okay? Think about it. Does it make sense or not make sense? If you think it doesn't make sense, then all right. I would disagree, but what can I say? A lot of people don't want it. There's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of resistance to the idea out there. People don't want to believe that stuff. Now we're approaching 772. We're at 771.65. We're not at 772 yet. So as we approach 772, let's game this out with what I just said. There's two ways this can play out as we approach 772. Number one, I could see a false breakout above 772, right? That would follow exactly what I've been saying, right? We bounce above 772, rope in dudes like me who said earlier that a break above 772 will be meaningful. Everybody sees that 772 level from yesterday. It's a very obvious, very clear level. So everybody's going to see that 772 level. We break above it. If you're an algo, you can use a breakout above 772 as a way, it will be a liquidity sweep. It'll grab people's stops that are above 772. It'll provoke a lot of people to get long. So you break above 772, and then right after you do, you pull us back down. A fake out, right? Immediate fake out. 772 break above, fake out back down. That would be a very algo thing to do. So the other side of the coin is we break above 772 and there's still enough bearishness out there right now. Traders are still bearish, still hunting for a down move. There's enough traders still hunting for down moves. And like I said, enough bearishness out there that the market actually wants to take us higher today to punish the bears out there. But I will say, even if that is true, and the market wants to go higher to continue to punish bears, especially after yesterday, maybe there's people who saw yesterday and now they're bearish, and the market wants to punish them by moving higher today. We will probably move higher in a BOF manner, a buy order flow day, which is break above levels, pull back, creep higher, pull back, move higher, pull back. Basically the opposite of yesterday, right? We're the same pattern as yesterday, except moving higher. All right, where we're gonna move higher in a staircase formation. Okay, although up moves tend to be slower, down moves tend to be faster. So we sort of go higher, then they pull the rug, we drop, but not quite so much. Then we climb even higher. In other words, we'll be making higher highs and higher lows, but there will be pullbacks along the way, and we'll be creeping higher. I could definitely see this being a BOF day. That's a buy order flow day, where there is buying and accumulation, but it is occurring with lots of pullbacks, and it is algo controlled. And algo controlled means whenever we break to a new high, to a new level, there's usually a rug pull coming to punish the bullish players who are trying to catch a directional move higher. So that's what I would look for here. That's what I'm seeing right now. That could very well change because, again, we are still in the no trade zone. All right, no man's land. 770 to 772 is meaningless. It is the exact channel we were in all of yesterday. And it's where all the liquidity from yesterday is sitting. Anything inside 770 to 772 is just it's just noise. It's noise. Unless you want to do peg trades, like I said, we did get close to 772, and now we're dropping. Where's this peg? 7. This little bottom right here is 770.5. You could do peg trades. I'm tempted to do a peg trade, but usually you want some confirmation. Peg trades are where I would buy here, sell up here, then sell again up here, ride it down, buy here, buy another one up here, ride it higher. In other words, I'm trying to play the channel. Those are peg trades, trying to play the channel. Or maybe I should call them channel trades. I don't know. We could do that. In fact, right here might not be a bad place. I'm not going to, though, because peg trades usually happen later in the day. I've almost never done them. In fact, I'm not going to do it. And I can't remember ever doing them before, say, 11:30, 12 o'clock. Peg trades are, for whatever reason, afternoon trades, lunchtime trades. Lunchtime trades make sense because lunchtime is by far the most common time for the market to channel. So peg trades make the most sense during lunchtime. And also lately, and I guess as far as I can remember, afternoons tend to have less volatility than the morning. And afternoons are when you see channels. You don't see channels even nearly as often in the morning as you do in the afternoon. And even if you do see channels in the morning, they're almost certainly going to break because you have all day to trade. Channels that form in the afternoon have a much better chance of holding throughout the entire afternoon. So channel trading, peg trading, I would never do it in the morning. It doesn't make sense to do in the morning. Markets don't generally channel the entire morning. And in fact, I can't remember. I'm sure it's happened. I mean, you'll get brief channels, but you'll never channel the entire morning like yesterday afternoon, right? Where yesterday afternoon, let's go to yesterday afternoon right here. This is yesterday afternoon. We channeled the entire afternoon from here to here. That was the entire afternoon. But look at the morning. This is the morning. Up, down, big down move. It's just a fact that you don't tend to channel in the morning. You do, if you're going to channel, it's going to happen at lunchtime and in the afternoon. So if you're going to try to make any sort of channel peg trades, you're not going to do it in the morning. So we went down to, where did we bottom out here? 770.26. Well, that's not very attractive. Although maybe it's close enough. I'd rather get to a little lower, 770. Okay, you know what? I'll buy it here. I am going to try it. Wait, what am I talking about? I just said I wasn't going to do that. I just said I wasn't going to do a channel trade, and now I'm like doing one. Great, my internet is shitting. Are you kidding? Are you fucking kidding? My internet shit out. Are you fucking... Bad start. Bad start to the day. I can't believe that. Somehow the internet going out. I bought right here. Somehow the internet flashed out for like 1 second. 1 second. And it exited my position. I didn't exit it. Nothing. I didn't hit anything that said exit. Nothing that said exit. That's a that's a bad start. I don't like when shit like that happens because that's just weird. That is just weird. That is just weird. I tried to put a stop loss in and somehow it exited me, and because the internet shit out at the exact moment that I was setting it, and now I'm fucking in this position 20 cents higher than I should be. I mean, it's not a lot, but it fucks up the trade. You know, it fucks up the risk reward on it. Where do I set my out now? I don't want to lose a lot of money on this trade. Oof, I don't like that at all. But I gotta be real about it. I can't just give up on it. Fuck. But if I lose this trade, I'm gonna lose a lot more than I want to on it. Yeah, I have to risk $25 here instead of 15. Not cool. Not cool. For the internet to flash out for all of 1 second and then yeah, it's 20 cents. So yeah, it's like $10, but it's $10 on both sides, you know. If I win, I'm going to end up winning 10 cents less. If I lose, I'm going to end up losing. I mean, if I win, I'm going to end up winning $10. Either way, I'm screwed out of $10. Win or lose. Okay. It's okay. We've got our button. I don't care. Let it go. It's one little glitch. It's not the end of the world. Don't get upset about it. These things happen. Every once in a while, right as you're hitting the button, the internet flashes out and randomly exits your trade. And somehow the internet cutting out at that exact fucking moment exits your trade. Again, you know, I didn't buy this button for entertainment purposes. I'm not trying to have a soundboard here. I bought this button for my own trading purposes to honestly give me a physical release for when I am upset about something. So I'm going to fucking pound this button. Fucking asshole. Fucker. This is my stress ball. I thought it was going to be a kick the buddy stress ball. Its color is wrong. Isn't it? On Amazon, by the way, let me give a quick review of this kick the buddy stress doll. On Amazon, it makes it look like it's got like the kick the buddy color, like an off-white beige. But when it came, it's sort of like this cardboard brown. So it doesn't really look like kick the buddy, you know? It looks... I wanted a kick the buddy stress doll. Anyway, like I said, the picture on Amazon makes it look like the kick the buddy color. The little off-white beige. And then I got it, and it was cardboard brown, and it doesn't look like Kick the Buddy, really, once I got it. This doesn't really look like Kick the Buddy, you know? I can show you. I can show you. I'm already in this trade, by the way. I've sent my outs, so it is what it is. Even though it's going to cost me $10. My risk reward here should be losing $10 to winning $50. Instead, it's losing $20 to win $40. I'm about to lose this one, right? I'm gonna lose the $10 on it. The extra $10 on it. Motherfuckers. Anyway, look. That's the color it shows on Amazon. This, it doesn't show up so well on camera, but this looks like a Kick the Buddy color. This looks like a cardboard color. It's just different. Trust me. It's not cool. Anyway, we break below 770. What do I want to do? It's $10. Let it go. Let it go. It's $10. It's not the end of the world. All right. What do I want to do if we break below? $770. There we go. Great. All right. Extra $10 lost on that trade. So now I'm down $20 instead of fucking 10. Good way to start the day. 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 I don't know right here. This could be the beginning of a sharp squeeze downward, like a real down move. In fact, I'm going to play it as such. Might be a little tilty. Might be a little bit of a tilty play. But I'm looking for the same pattern we saw yesterday. Which is sharp down moves lower, slower climbs higher, sharp down move lower. Now a sharp down move lower here will go either to 769 or 768. I don't know exactly which one, if that's what's happening. Or we could just bounce right here back to 760, 772. Let's see which one it is. I've gotten short here, but I'm ready to exit it pretty quickly if we start bouncing. Set my stop there. Set my winning out right here. Now I think we're bouncing. Now I think we're going back to 772, but are we? Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Slow down, slow down, slow down. You are obviously a little upset about that fucking disconnect. That shouldn't have happened. Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Today's word is timeout. I'm not going to step away quite yet, although maybe I should. I just want to slow it the fuck down for a second. Slow it down. Timeout. Slow it down, slow it down. Center ourselves here. Now, one of two things is going to happen. We're going to bounce back up to 771.5 or 772. Probably 771.5. Or we're going to continue lower. We're going to break down again. I don't know which. I just don't know which. So I can't make a play on it. Just let it go. You don't, just accept that you don't know which one. This is where things get trouble. And you can see how a small, which I'm still pissed about because it's not the $10, obviously. It's the way it happened. The way it disconnected, like at the exact moment, and only for 2 seconds, somehow exited my position in that brief 2 seconds. It was the exact miracle timing that it took for that to occur. That is just like baffling to me. How the fuck? So it's only $10, but it's just like, what? How did I not? How did that happen? I don't care. I don't care. Hey, I don't care. I really don't care. Okay, now it looks to me like we're moving lower. This looks like we're going for 769. Maybe even lower than 769. Although, again, disclaimer, don't follow my trades. I'm not a winning trader, and I definitely could be tilting here. Definitely could be tilting here. So, yeah. But this looks like we're setting up for a little squeeze lower here. Again, looking for that same pattern from yesterday of sort of a steep down move that shows that there is selling pressure out there. Although it's getting late in the day, it's 10:45 a.m. already. Jesus. If you had asked me, I would have said 10:15. Boy, late in the day to still be range bound. Late in the day to still be range bound. It's making me want to move my exit lower. But this is the rule from yesterday that I came up with. Trust your gut on the entry. Although this one maybe I shouldn't because I'm kind of tilting a little bit, so maybe I should just take the time out. Don't trust your gut once you're in the trade. Your gut is good for information before the trade. Once you're in the trade, your gut is no longer accurate because you have money involved, emotions involved. Don't trust your gut once you're in a trade. Trust it before the trade. And trust what it tells you before the trade. Don't trust what it tells you once you're in the trade. My gut told me we were on the verge of making a move lower. Now my gut is telling me I should worry about that, as it always does, right? Whenever you enter a position, your gut immediately flips the other way and starts telling you everything that can go wrong with it. Don't listen to that gut. That gut is bias gut. Although we're hitting this wall here again. What is this bizarre 769.76 wall? Who the fuck is buying there? Okay. You know what? They want to be a buyer there. I can sell once we actually move below it. We keep hitting this like micro wall here. This. So I just set a sell stop right below it. If we're going to keep hitting it, I'd rather just exit and wait till we actually move below it. Okay, there we go. It's made my risk reward look like absolute shit doing that. In fact, it's made the risk reward basically unplayable. I need to win this trade because I'm that fucking thing threw me off, and now I'm not feeling great. Now I'm looking at a play where my risk is $50 and my reward is $30. Bad. Bad, bad, bad. So I really want to win this one because if I win this one, it'll sort of snap me out of it. It'll give me a win and I can be sort of focused again and feeling good. fuck is this? All right, we've hit this wall enough up here that you know what? If we go above it, I don't want it anymore. I'm lowering my risk. I mean, we've formed a little bit of a ceiling here now. And if I'm just being honest, I don't really trust my judgment here right now. So I don't mind just getting flat. I'd like to see this play be a winner, but yeah, I don't trust my judgment. I don't trust my read on anything here. My judgment, my read, my gut said we're going to move lower, either to 769 or 768. But my read might be wrong on that. So I'd rather just take the $20 loss than anything than a $40 loss here if I'm wrong. And my gut is definitely giving me bad vibes. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, don't tell me we're going to go now. I mean, it looks like we're knocking on the door of moving lower. It really does. But there is some sort of resistance wall level right here. All right. There was resistance there. There was resistance there. There was somebody absorbing here, somebody buying. Ugh, I need to step away. I'm trading like shit. I know I need to step away. I know I need to step away. I should just step away. It was a winner, but it was a sloppy one. It was a sloppy one. But you know what? It did its job of sort of getting my head straight. I feel a little vindicated somewhat, but I am going to I got to step away for 10 or 15 minutes. I'm not thinking clearly right now. So, got to get my head straight just for a few minutes. Stockton Rush. Remember, the man who built the submarine that went deep built it himself. He knew it was going to explode. He knew that sub was going to implode. And he just kept going down in it. He just kept going down in it. Because he had spent so much time and his reputation, his life. It was his life. He gave everything to it. That he couldn't give up on it, even though everyone told him, even though he knew that every time he went down in that sub, eventually it was going to turn him into human jello. He kept going down in that sub with his video game controller. Not only that, he took other people with him. He tried to make a buck while he was doing it. That's Stockton Rush. That man is a hero for all traders. He's also a murderer, so he's not really a hero. But he is inspirational for active traders, in my opinion. I'll be right back. I need a break. You know, I was thinking this. Um, here's the deal. All right, Phil, here's the deal. All right, Phil, here's the deal. Princess, I came back. No. All right, Phil, here's the deal. Here's the deal. What's wrong with you? in front. I came in at 9. Came in at 11. So, you know, that's where I'm at. What can you do? Using the work. But let's make it make it difficult. I mean, for above that. Alright. Can you do? The bathroom. All right. We're back. Haggling with the contractor. As you can see, I closed the. If I'm going to take a break, close it down. I can't be staring at it while I'm taking a break. So let's open it back up. See what we got. Let's hope it's not something that's going to make me really upset. 769. Okay, we went right down to 769. Right? I mean, that's what I said, right? 769. But then again, I got long here. So right now I'm like replaying in my head, could I have caught this move? Which is unhealthy. No point in doing that. No point in doing that. But what we are seeing now is something resembling the pattern from yesterday, okay? Drop from 771 to 769, a little climb back higher. I will get short if we drop below 769 here. Okay. Are we going to go, or is this a little fake out move? Okay, it looks like we might not be ready to go quite yet. But it looks like we might be following the pattern from yesterday. Now, if I put my stop loss here, how much does it cost me? $37. That's not terrible. That's not terrible. The pattern from yesterday was drops downward, little moves higher, drop downward, little moves higher. And as I said from the beginning of the day, I'm going to be looking for that pattern. Now, when I took the break, we sort of got our first slice that looked like that pattern. So we went to 769.5. 768 is the obvious target here, where the next bounce might occur. So 7, I am short one here. So 7 below this is 730.5. Not a great risk reward here. Not a great risk reward at the price I got in. And the other thing is, do I want to try and ride it? I mean, do I just want to try and ride it all the way down? No, I can't, because I don't know when this pattern might stop. It's already late in the day now. It's 11:30. You know, lunchtime is when it stopped yesterday. We don't have much time left to follow the pattern. Shit. But anyway, I'm short one contract, hoping it's the same pattern as yesterday. Like I said, down move, little bounce higher to get people back in, another down move, maybe even a steeper down move, I would hope. So this is 60 right here. So 6 below that is 29.75. We can move it a little lower. In fact, now that we've broken, I'm going to take a second contract. I am. I'll put my 2. I'll put the out on this second one close, though. Buy, stop. 1 contract. Buy, stop right there. Okay. Because if we're going to follow the same pattern as yesterday, we're just going to go straight down here. We're not going to bounce, really. Yeah, we're not going to bounce, really, if we're following the pattern from yesterday. Maybe 1 tick higher, 1 tick higher, just to be safe. 1 more tick higher, just to be safe. Okay, that's safe. That's safe, right there. My entries are not great here. I'm really relying on us following the same pattern as yesterday. So now I'm short 2. Eleven two. Remember, that's not. Alright, so I have to pay the plumber here. I'm like negotiating with the plumber on the phone right now. I probably shouldn't even be trading. And the contractor. That's distracting. Again, I would not be able to play my best chess game. I would not be able to play my best chess game while I'm negotiating with a contractor for a big repair job. He's calling me out. He's calling me out. That's the trick. That will do the trick. Okay. What am I seeing here? I'm seeing myself negotiating with the contractor over text message for a big repair job. Number one. But you guys don't care about that. I'm short 2 contracts. Maybe that's a bit heavy here. Do I think we're going lower? Yeah, I do. One problem I have is how late in the day it is. I don't like that it's 11:41 right now. If it was 10:41, I'd feel so much better about this. I know that we're going to be entering lunchtime soon. If we're not already sort of in the lunchtime liminal space, as I would call it, the lunchtime back rooms where shit just doesn't move. And if shit is just not going to move, it's just as likely that it hits my losing as my winning exits. You're going into a coin flip now, and I don't really want to be in that situation. But my feeling is when we broke lower here, there is a bearish bias, is what I would say. There is a bearish bias, and I think 768 is a very fair and reasonable exit, which is where I've set my exit. I don't think it's a big ask to get there at all. So that's where I'm at right now. But I don't like what time it is. I don't like that we started going down and then we bounced. I'd really like to see this move happen faster, like yesterday, where the down moves happened quickly. I'm not a huge fan that this one's happening with a bounce involved at all, actually. In fact, I want to see us really go here. So I'm going to move. I'm exiting one contract. I'm moving that up higher because I want to see us go here now. if we're not going to do it right now, I'll go down to one contract. True. Let me see here. Yeah, they did a good job. Yep. They did a good job, I guess. They did a good job. No complaints there. All right. We're in the middle of working. More right now. Good. Yeah, damn it. Grab that out on me. I shorted it again, though. So I'm still at -2. Let's see it taking me out here. Let's see it take me out here. I mean, we bottomed out at 768.3. 768.3. I mean, that's nothing. That'd be a weird bottom. So what I see here is a bearish bias. We're moving lower, right? We've broken some levels that imply that we're moving lower. Although we are heading back towards levels that might imply maybe we're not moving lower. But this down move right here, this chunk implies there's bearishness out there, right? So that's my read on it. There's bearishness out there. This candle moving higher is a problem. If it goes too high, I want to give it room to breathe because I still believe it's bearish. I want to give it room to breathe. Want to give it room to breathe. How much room do I have to give it to breathe, though? Shit. I have to give it at least like here, right? I mean, that's the level. That's the fucking level. I mean, I really got to give it up to here. Just do it. Do what you think. I have to do what I think is right here. And I think we may hit right here. If we hit right here, I just think we're bearish because of this break right here. I'm not happy that it's 11:49. We're approaching lunchtime. That sucks. That sucks. I don't want to be back in this channel space up here during lunchtime because we might just start doing a fucking what we did yesterday, channeling between 760 and between 770 and 772, especially because it's lunchtime. So that would suck, and it may well happen that way. But again, I think this breakdown right here is bearish. And I've also put a sell limit in here if we want to go like all the way up to 770. If this bounce wants to go to 770, then yeah, I'll get another contract short. And I'll hope we move lower. This is a big bounce. Big bounce. Big bounce. But I don't believe it. I don't believe that bounce. I don't trust it. All right, I'm taking some big risks here, but I'm taking them based on a bias I think is correct. God, I could lighten up here. I could lighten up here and not take such a big risk. We went right back down to my 769. We went right back down to my entry. Boy, I could lighten up here. I could really lighten up here. This insurance thing is distracting me. Okay. I told him we'll talk later. He said, cool. That's good. Get that out of the way. No more insurance contractor, plumber guy. Remember, this is a game of chess. Concentrate on it. Do I want to lighten up here? I can lighten up here. I gotta lighten up here. Got to. I got to. I'm getting a great chance to lighten up. I gotta take it, don't I? Don't I? Okay, I grabbed another one. When we did this arrow through here, come on, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Ugh, don't hit that fucking wall. That wall is meaningless. It's 768.33. It's not a wall. Why are we stopping there? Great. I have to put a fucking buy limit in at this fucking weird ass number. Is that seriously what I have to do? Or buy stop up here? I just want to stick with this play until it fucking hits my out. But we keep hitting this fucking wall here. I don't know what that wall is. What the fuck is that? There we go. There we go. There we go. Done. We're going to keep going. I'm ready if we're going to keep going. I'm flat right now, by the way, but I don't want to. I'm very focused on whether we're going to keep going or not. Okay, this might be time for the slow climb higher before the down move again. Another sloppy exit, by the way. I'm so bad at my exits. So fucking bad at my exits. My winning exits. I always fucking puss out on them. I mean, my exit should have been 731, 7731 MES. What did I hit it at? $7,731. I hit it at 7731. Okay, my execution was fine. According to this, my profit loss doesn't look the way I thought it would after that win. Thought I'd be up a little more than $23. But whatever, okay, fine. My executions, according to the broker, who I'm assuming is giving me accurate execution information, says that my executions were right here. Okay, good exits. I thought I'd be up, I don't know, closer to $40, not 23, but I'm flat, by the way. Again, I changed these positions manually. So it is 12 o'clock now, it's noon. Lunch hour, channel hour, as I would call it. We channel here. But it does look like there is a bearish bias here, similar to yesterday. There's no liquidity nodes below us here, because On Tuesday, we went straight from 760 all the way up to 772. So there's no point in here. I mean, honestly, 768, where we just stopped, was the closest thing to any sort of action that occurred on Tuesday. If you look at the Tuesday chart, here's Tuesday. This is Tuesday, this move. See right where we're at right now, the purple line? That's where the action was. So on Tuesday, this would be the only place where you would say there was some liquidity on Tuesday. So other than that, we've got no real floor below us. I mean, maybe you could say 764 down here. Yeah, you could say 764, I guess. Anyway, point is, if we start going lower, there's no clear exit, which sucks because you don't have a clear exit, but it's also good because there's no, like I said, there's no liquidity spot to stop it. It's just going to have to stop on its own. But it doesn't look like the bottom is falling out. Let's say that. Not yet. Does it look like it's possible? Yes. Are we mimicking yesterday? Yeah, we are. In a way, yeah, we are. This looks a lot like yesterday now. Not a perfect symmetrical copy of it, unfortunately. It's a little later in the day, the move. The drops aren't quite as sharp and well defined, but we are seeing a similar downward pattern with bounces, okay? VIX is dropping today, which I don't like. VIX is moving lower. Not a great sign, but not terribly important. All right, do we want to go here? I'll bite. I'll bite for now. Looks like we want to go. Okay, we're gonna bounce. I'm short one. Okay. Are we gonna bounce? What are we doing here? Looked like we were gonna go for a second. Do we want to go? Or is this bounce not quite over yet? Okay, maybe this bounce isn't quite over yet. Again, I'm seeing a bearish bias. I do think we're bearish here, but it's coming with bounces. You have to be aware of that. So you got to be a little careful. And it's lunchtime. It's 12 o'clock. That sucks. So oftentimes we just channel during lunch. What would be the channel here? 768 to 769 would be the very obvious sort of channel here, if that's what we're going to do during lunchtime. But we do get moves during lunchtime occasionally. I mean, it's not always channeling during lunchtime. And in fact, if we do get moves during lunchtime, it's usually more meaningful. It means that, the move is real. I'd give moves that happen during lunchtime a little bit more weight. But if we're going to channel here, it'll probably be between 768 and 769 or 768 and 770. And we could very well be entering a lunchtime channel right now. I got short when we broke below 768, but I'm not going to hold it, honestly. I'm already looking at an exit. I mean, if we go above here, I'm just going to get out. Whoop, got to get that out of range. Let's see, I'm only short one right now, but if we keep going lower, I will grab another one. What's the other strategy here? The other strategy is just to get short and stay short, but I'm not a huge fan of that because look at this bounce here. I mean, this bounce, you get short, you stay short. This bounce would have knocked me out. Yeah, fuck it. It was a losing trade anyway, so. Alright. We're still in bounce mode. We're still in bounce mode. Are we still in bounce mode? Fuck. Okay, I'll take one here. Minus one here. Algos will try and probably flush us out though with a big bounce higher. I could see that. I could definitely see that. Put a sell limit up here maybe. Yeah, okay. That's a good sell limit. Stop loss, right? Right above it. A stop loss right above it. Is my stop loss above 769? Yes, it is. So this stop loss up here is above 769, which is where I want it to be. Maybe we bounce to 7. This is a sell order to grab another contract to get a second contract. It is below 769. So the thinking here is if we bounce to 769, I grab another contract, hope that we don't bounce above 769. But if we do, I've got my out ready to go right above it. In fact, I can put a buy stop in to make sure that we get out. Boy, I'm doing some strange trading here, I have to say. And I hate lunchtime trading. Don't think about the contractor and what I have to do with that shit. Told you guys I'm a bit of a horror movie buff. I watched Obsession last night for the first time. Pretty good. Pretty good. Not going to say it was great yet. I want to watch it a second time. A movie, if I want to watch a movie a second time, that means it's a good one. So it definitely was good. Maybe a classic. Well, I mean, it's way too early to say that. Maybe a very, very good movie. But again, I have to watch it a second time. You know, you can watch a movie once and you can be like, that was a really good movie. But you really have to watch it 2 or 3 times before you can decide, you know what, this is a great movie. You can't really tell something is a great movie on the first watch, at least in my opinion. By the way, if I wasn't a day trader, I'd probably be a film critic. All right, this is 768 where we're at right now exactly. It makes sense that we're, don't want to move that. It makes sense that we're hitting the wall here. But are we going to go below the wall here? I could lighten up. I could just exit and then re-enter. But no, let's not do that. Now that we've gone down to here, I mean, it looks like this bounce should have played out, right? I mean, if there's a wall there at 768, should I just get out? I should. I should just get out. I should. Well, no, that was the wrong one. Wrong button. So I exited there because maybe there's a wall there at 768 and okay, I re-entered because we dropped below it. All right, not much change there, other than I exited here and re-entered here. I end up doing that a lot. I don't know if it's a bad or a good move. I mean, when we're at something that may be a floor, why not exit? Take your risk off the table in case we have a big bounce, right? You can just re-enter if we drop below the floor. I mean, and this looked like it was showing itself as a floor, right? We had a touch. It looked like a floor. So anyway, we broke below what the floor looked like, and now I'm back in for one contract. Now, if we break below here, I'll be in for two contracts. With an exit that's really not that far away, I'm just looking to go to 767. I'm looking to fucking crush this thing. Although 767 honestly feels kind of pussy-like. But this isn't the day, at least, this day hasn't shown anything that would make you think there's going to be a huge momentum-driven big down move. We haven't seen any indication of that yet today. So I can't play that. I can't play for a big momentum driven monster move. You know, I just can't. Okay, we hit my second one. So I'm in for two now. How far down did this go? 767.5. Boy, this is just like pure algo. Go down to one level, bounce, go down to the next level, bounce. I mean, it's just like, god damn. So exactly what I was saying before. There's nothing about this that makes you think you could get away with a strong momentum-driven play here. Every down, I mean, we are moving downward. It's just that every down move is met with a bounce. So there seems to be a bearish bias. Best way to describe it is we're playing a coin flip game. The coin seems to be weighted bearishly, but it is a coin flip game, and it's only weighted bearishly a little. So we're going to keep moving down because the coin's weighted bearish. But it's going to be fucking slow. And until we get some sort of indication that the speed wants to pick up, in other words, the bearish tilt of that coin is stronger than it is right now, we just can't hope. We can't play for a big momentum down move. There's no evidence that there could be one. We're in the middle of lunchtime. We could see a bounce. I mean, we could see a big bounce here. Who the fuck knows? But it just looks like we're very slightly bearish with bounces. I know. I've said it 5 times now. It's not an easy bias to play. Not like Tuesday. I mean, Tuesday was nice. Tuesday was easy, right? We went straight up. No bounces. Active traders, we rely on directional movement. We need directional movement. What the fuck is this? You're gonna do this shit to me? I don't think so. I don't believe you here. I don't believe you yet. Should I believe you? Shit. I'm losing my nerve and my gut at the same time. My gut is starting to say we might bounce, but wait a second. I'm in a position. Don't trust your gut. When you are in a position, don't trust your gut. My gut is starting to say, be afraid of a bounce here. That's what my gut's starting to say. This move right here, maybe that was a bottom. Be afraid of a bounce. But there's no real reason to think that other than this candle being a weak sauce down candle. There's no reason to think we aren't just following the same bounce, go lower pattern that we've seen all day. Don't trust your gut. Don't trust your gut in the trade. It lies to you when you're in a trade. It lies to you when you're in a trade. It lies to you when you're in a trade because my gut is starting to say danger, 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 danger. But we've got a pattern here. Just play the fucking pattern. The pattern is bounce, go lower, bounce, go lower, bounce, go lower. Same thing we saw yesterday. It's what I wanted to see today. So stop being a puss about it. Although, how high can we bounce? We could bounce pretty fucking high. I've moved my stop up enough so that if we bounce above the previous highs by just a little bit, it's not going to catch me. Because I could see it trying to pull that shit. Look, this just is what it is. This is just algo. It's not a BOF day. A BOF day is an accumulation day. It's where the algos are slowly accumulating stock, moving things higher. This looks like the other side of it. Let's call it an SOF day, a sell order flow day, all right? Algos are selling, institutions are selling, but it's controlled. You know, they're trying to get rid of inventory slowly and at good prices, which is why they want bounces. In fact, I should just believe that read and stick with it, because usually on days like today, in the afternoon, these types of moves tend to accelerate and lose volatility. Yesterday we were getting sharp sell-offs, bounce, sharp sell-off, bounce, sharp. Today we're getting slow sell-off, kind of bigger bounces, slow sell-off. It's more controlled, in other words, today. The sell-off is more regulated, paced. And on days like today, in the afternoon, which means past 1 p.m., moves like this tend to become more uniform. Less bounces, the bounces are shallower, and the move lower doesn't exactly pick up speed, but it continues lower, and you don't have to worry about as much volatility. In other words, the afternoon is just an easier trade, okay? It becomes a smoother ride downward, not a fast ride, not a I'm going to crush it ride, but just I have to worry about less ride. There's less chance I get bounced out in the afternoon past 1 o'clock, in my experience, when you see something like this. You know, because, and I think there's a logical explanation behind that. The explanation would be, today we have institutions which are selling, but only very slightly. They want to, unload, but not quickly. They're not in any hurry. So they're using their trading desks and their algos to sell. They want to get good prices. In the morning, there's more volatility because retail traders are more active. The tenor of the day hasn't showed itself yet. There's just more uncertainty. By the afternoon, it becomes clearer what's occurring, that it is a distribution day, as opposed to an accumulation day where we would be drifting higher. So it becomes clear by the afternoon it's a distribution day, and once that's clear, it just settles things down. The volatility becomes less. Retail traders are less active because there's not a lot of money to make in that kind of environment. And institutional trading generally is more dominant in the afternoon. Institutional trading is always dominant, but it tends to be more dominant in the afternoon as opposed to in the morning. In the morning, you have more retail traders than you do in the afternoon. So I'm sort of hoping we can get to 1 o'clock without too big of a bounce. And then past 1 o'clock, maybe this move downward smooths out and we can catch, if we're lucky, 4 points. But if we're being realistic, 2 points. Maybe we go to 766. I think that's realistic. I think we could get lucky, like I said, and 764, maybe 765. That's the range. Anyway, 766 down to 764 would be the end target range I would be hoping for. But it would be slow. It's going to be slow to get there. But at least, like I said, past 1 o'clock, I think you'll have to deal with less bounces and less volatility. So it's 12:30 now. Let's get to 1, please. It grabbed my third one, which I thought it might do. Like I said, 769? No, it's 768.5. Where's 769? I'm not at 769, which is where I wanted to be. I wanted to be at 769. Now, I bought another contract here because I thought we might bounce above this ceiling here, because people will be placing stops at that ceiling, right? I did at first, and then I, instead of placing an exit, I placed a sell. I grabbed another contract up here because maybe it wants to top out after it fakes us, after a fake out move upward. But I gotta let it breathe if I'm gonna do it. I mean, if I'm gonna do this move, I gotta commit to it. So I gotta let it breathe and believe that this is just a fake out up move meant to catch us. Where is 769? Because that is what I want to be above. Boy, I thought I was above it before and I wasn't, which I'm not exactly happy about. I would have set my buy closer to up here. Yeah, closer to up here, not here. Oh, what the fuck's the difference? So the entire thinking here is, like I said, this right here, here, it looked like a ceiling, right? So I set a sell order above it. I grabbed another contract because I thought the algos might try to do a stop hunt above it. You know, let's break above this, grab the stops, maybe get some people long before the downward move continues. Now let's see if I'm right. It looks right so far. It's playing out the way I wanted it to, but that doesn't mean I was right. Not yet. That's for sure. So, and I should really add a -3. I'll do that when I get a chance. Can I do it right now? Where'd it go? Why is it up there? What the fuck? God damn it. Okay. Let's just sort of put it approximately where it's supposed to be. Now, if we get a nice move lower down to here, I can really move my losing exit down to here. I'll be in a much safer spot if we get a down leg here. Much safer spot. Right now, I gotta keep my stops up here, which is pretty dangerous. In case this bounce isn't really done yet. It's still 1230. But if I'm going to play the thesis, I got to play the thesis. That's all it comes down to. And the thesis is we're going to have bounces, but then we're going to go lower. So I have to give myself enough room to eat the bounces. Sucks. Sucks, sucks, sucks. But I will say that this choppiness here is at least giving the impression that maybe there's not much going on. It's making a down move look a little less obvious. If there is going to be a down move, it could also just be the beginning of a really big bounce, in which case I lose. But I have to stick with my bias. Look, my bias here is pretty clear. And I have to pay the price for it, is all it comes down to. Although I could lighten up. I don't need to be so in on this one. I'm going to lighten up just a little bit here. Going to -2. No, no. Stay where you are. Stay where you are. Have some fucking courage here. Have some courage here. 742. 42.50. Have some fucking courage here. Have some fucking courage here. No, you know, I'm making a mistake having this much size. Why am I at this size? I don't have to be at this much size. I'm at -3. That should be reserved for like really super confident plays, and this is not that. So why am I sizing this incorrectly? I'm really sizing this incorrectly. Okay. I bought one. Let's just -2. That's fine. I don't know why I'm hot to trot on this. without any confirmation. I mean, this is about where I got short here anyway, so, you know. God, I really wanted to get to 1 o'clock. It's 12:41. Seriously. Fuck you. Fuck you. That candle really bothers me. Because I had just gotten rid of a contract. Yes, I'm coming. Hey, buddy. Yes. What's up? Oh, you're streaming? Yeah. So, like, yeah. How much longer to you can use the computer? Well, obviously, like, I mean, what? Like, maybe like 30 minutes. No. Yeah. Did you drink your... You want lunch? Oh, I not now, but yeah. But like, you know how we're logged into like those on the PC? The what? This the PCs. Like, I wanna like, I know what the password is. It's like uppercase L 860 exclamation mark. But like, what's like the Gmail? Is it like it's I can write it down. But did you even download Discord on there? Yes. On your VR? Oh, okay. It's just I'll write it down. Write it down and then come here. Okay. That's the username. Just my name, Louis Nono. The number 1 at gmail.com. You want me to? I'll see if I can log in here. I'll see if it works. Okay, my kid wants to log into Discord. Does anything good happen on Discord ever? I gotta stop the macro. Hold on. Try and log in for this kid. Fuck, he's really distracting me here. He's really fucking distracting me. Yeah, buddy. I'm just gonna need a minute to figure it out. Really fucking distracting me. I don't need this shit right now. Uh, no, I don't really remember, but I'll check. He wants to log into Discord. Okay. God, I really don't need this. Really don't need this. Really don't need this. I can move my exit to here now, at least. That goes to the email. All right, I'll look for it. God, I hate Discord. I really do. Makes everything is so. It's got to have the worst UI of any. It really does. Okay, done with the Discord stuff. Done with the contractor stuff. Again, you should only be trading when you can play chess at your absolute best. This is not me in a position where I can play chess at my absolute best. Turn my macro back on. At least it's almost 1 o'clock. Please just get me to 1 o'clock here. Just get me to 1 o'clock here. What is this channel here? This is 768 to 769, basically. Lunchtime sucks. I should just honestly, why do I even stream from 12 to 1? It's always the same shit. Just nothing. At least it's almost over now. Lunchtime is almost over. And then, like I said, usually the afternoon, the ride is a little smoother. Smooth. So smooth. Like an old school cigarette commercial. Wow, that's smooth. I'll tell you, this is why trading is so hard sometimes, because, you know, you've got other things to do if you have a real life. Like I've said, God bless you if you're 22 years old and don't have anything else to do. You can just sit down and do this all day. That is a blessing. But when you've got a contractor to deal with and a mom I have to go see and kids that have to be fed, it's really hard to trade. And it's more than just the concentration, even though that's huge. Being able to concentrate, you need to be able to concentrate. You cannot win if you're not concentrating. Like I said, you need to be able to play your best chess game or else you shouldn't be trading. It's more than that. It's the guilt. It's the guilt of knowing you have these other things to do, these other chores that have to be taken care of, and yet you're sitting here at a moment like this, losing $60. Market is absolutely at a standstill, not doing shit. Your odds of winning money today are less than 50%. Let's be serious. Let's be honest with ourselves about today right now. This isn't a day where we're probably going to make anything close to anything resembling good money. And yet here I am. It just feels like wrong, you know? Like, why am I spending my time doing this when I could be figuring out the contractor, helping my kids, making lunch, you know, just like shit. It's a lot of like it's a lot of guilt. You got so real life, number one, it distracts you and you need to concentrate. Make no mistake. You need to concentrate on what you're doing. Number two, you feel guilty about it. You do. You know you're playing a game of chance. You know that you're Stockton Rush building the submarine that's probably going to implode every time you go down with it. And yet you keep going down with it. You know, you keep taking that sub. Keep taking that sub lower. Tell you one thing, Stockton Rush didn't feel bad though. He didn't feel bad loading other people onto that death trap of his and going lower. No, he did not. He did not feel bad about that shit at all. I want to give this one room to breathe. We're at 69.04 now. Give it a little room to breathe. Give it a little room to breathe. Give it 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 room to breathe. It's 1 o'clock on the nose. This is it. This is it. This decides the day, basically, right here. Are we going to break higher or lower? If we break higher, my thesis is dead. My profit loss is fucked. And that looks like what's happening right now. Come on, stop, 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 stop. God damn it. I'm just wrong on this one, aren't I? just fucking wrong. Just wrong. I mean, if I lose this trade, which it looks very, very likely, what's the lesson to take away from this, you know? Is there one? I mean, the thesis itself was not bad. The thesis itself was the coin is weighted bear. We have a bearish bias. We've seen a bearish bias through the day here, downward. But you know that bearish bias is coming with bounces, and bounces are going to make it tough to play, which is why I had to really move my outs higher. I have to give these trades room to breathe because they're going to face bounces. And the hope is now that it's 1 o'clock, it becomes a bit smoother. Because that tends to be when the institutions take over the trading and become more dominant in the trading. And if they are distributing, which is the thesis, the distribution should become smoother. That's the thesis. It's not a bad thesis. So if I lose, what's the lesson? You know, I try to take a lesson away from every loss. If I lose, what's the lesson? You know, is it that I simply can't play days like today? You know, that's probably it. You know, like there are just certain days where even if you think you know what's going on, and even if you're right, the way it's structured, the way the market is going to act, is not going to give you an opportunity to make money. It's the same with BOF days, accumulation days, where we do this shit, but we do it higher. You move higher, you grind higher, but it comes with pullbacks. It's just very, very hard to make money on that. And maybe you shouldn't try. Just don't try. Or maybe the lesson is just get short one contract, period, and just hold it all day. I mean, if that's your theory, just get short one and just hold it the whole day. Come hell or high water. Well, maybe you can put an exit at the top at a number that's like really like, you know, like if we cross this line, you're definitely fucked. Kind of number. Maybe that's the way to play days like this. Probably is. That's probably the better way to do it. It wouldn't make interesting streaming, but I can't be too concerned about that. Just one contract and just ride it. If your thesis is we're moving lower, just ride it. Set your losing out way up there. And try to catch it all the way down. I could still do that right now. Although I'd be starting in a hole. Boy, I really thought this was a distribution day. I really did. Not looking like it anymore. I mean, this bounce is fucking problem. Shit. Whatever. 1 o'clock tells the tale. 1 o'clock tells the tale. Like I said, I was counting on a smoother ride lower after 1 o'clock. It's now 107. If we move higher here with any sort of real conviction, I got nothing. If we're in a distribution day, now's the time to show it. Lighten up. Lighten up a little bit. I have to here. I have to. By at least one contract. I can't, in good conscience, not do that. And this has given me the right to put my stop here with conviction. All right. Hopefully, we move a little lower in the next few minutes. If we can move a little lower in the next few minutes, or hit my losing out in the next few minutes, I can log off with at least, a trade that's open and somewhat not resolved, but at least with a plan. Right now, my plan is very icky and unclear depending on what happens in the next few minutes. But if we spend the next hour in this channel, that's nothing. Come on. Give me a little something, please. So I can log off and do what I have to do without feeling fucking guilty anymore. Seriously? What are we at? We're at 768.3. This is the wall again. I lightened up again. All right, but now it just broke below it a little bit, so I grabbed another one. Ah. Minus $30, okay. All right, let's get rid of this over trading garbage. Minus $35 right here. I think that's it. I'm just going to get rid of everything. This is it, I think. I'm just going to leave this position open. That's it. I mean, yeah, that's it. There's nothing wrong with that. Just leave this position open. There's something about me that wants to get greedy and go for more. So I will. But I'll put this buy close. There it is. That's it. Done. I can be happy with this. This is a nice. Yeah, this is good. There you go. I'm short 3 contracts. I'm just gonna hold it. I don't even have an exit. Just gonna hope that the afternoon just does its distribution thing. It's gonna do it slow and piecemeal, and I'm gonna try and ride it. That's it. 765, I guess, would be the obvious out, but you know what? We're so far away from that. I don't even have to worry about setting. the take profit down there. I mean, it's 3 points away. If and when we get there, I'll set it. I mean, well, okay, 3 points from here, so 30 would be 702.25. There you go. If that's the way you want to play it. So that would be a $400, $450 win down here. That'd be pretty nice, right? That's it. All right, I'm going to log off now. I've got my play set. The whole theory is this is a distribution day. I'm going to try and ride it down the whole afternoon. I think my odds of winning this play are 25%. 25%. Which probably just about matches the risk reward on it. I've got 3 contracts. I'm going to exit one fairly quickly if the market moves against me. And I'm going to exit the other 2. The other 2 are going to have to prove it a little bit up here for it to knock me out. Other than that, I'm just going to let it ride. I'm going to let it ride. Let it ride until the end of the day, until 3:50 p.m. I'll try and log back in at 3:50 to show you the results. Although I will say I'll try and log back in to show you the results. Even though the odds are I'm not going to win this trade. All right. But I got chores to run, food to get, parents to take care of. All right, guys. Good luck. Tough day, by the way. If there is one lesson to take away from the day, it's compare it to Tuesday. Tuesday is a day where you can make money. The market is great. This is not a day where you can make money. And I think maybe that's the best lesson of all. Some days you can make money. Some days you just can't. And maybe you should be sitting out those days. Not you, me. Maybe I should be sitting out those days. Days like today, where it looks like we're doing another channel bound thing. I should probably just be sitting this day out, right? I don't know. That might be the lesson to take away from it. All right, good luck, guys. Wish me luck, too.